running. I'm running. Sharp. We were continuing from where I left off, which was, wait, where is it? Oh, I was talking about how you will see Wyckoff happening on like smaller time frames. Like it just needs you like to have like a clear mind. Wyckoff, whenever you see contraction, consolidation like this, contraction, it's Wyckoff. This is Wyckoff. Like you're gonna see on the PDF, I gave you like all the structures of Wyckoff. This is BC, this is automatic rally, the secondary test, this is spring. So like you're gonna see, man, there's different structures of Wyckoff. You're gonna see. So that's what I wanted to show you. So now, what do you want to know? Let's go. Okay, yeah, let's go. You remember that I spoke about them feeling this tail on the first session before this one cut. I spoke about them feeling this tail. I think they filled it, 50% of that tail. They wanted to fill it here, but they couldn't, and then they filled it here. You see, simple things. They felt it, but now I think BU is going bearish. Not as such bearish. We're just going to take out these equal lows. Obviously, we have done that already. And then I think, wait. I think wait, let me check it properly. Even here, we had Wyckoff. Kind of a head and shoulder. We went up. We left this demand. So probably by here, probably there, we might see EURUSD buying long again. I mean long. When I say long, I'm talking about years. But here we could just gonna have a reaction upon these order blocks here. We're just gonna have a reaction, J, and then it's still gonna go up a little bit and still go down. But here, I'm telling you, I can bet on this one that by this time we're gonna be buying EURUSD long again. And yeah, but hey, it's gonna take a little bit of time. I think of the whole of it's gonna take at least, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months to come here. I'm not sure, but it might take time because it might want to play around this area again for a while. So what else do you want to know? Last question. Hello.
Clear from my side. It's clear from my side.
What else do you want to know? Like I said today, it's all about suggestions. You tell me what you're struggling with, I cover it.
Sure, Tony. My question would be like, say we have an order block or our point of interest. Like when the market comes to that point of interest, we always enter with a limit, or we need to check for reversal. Like
are you an
reversal,
employee? Are you like doing something else besides trading?
Yeah, I'm working. Yeah.
I'd say enter with the limit because you're not going to be able to monitor.
Okay.
And obviously make it a risky entry. Enter on the 1% instead of entering on the 50%, double, and keep another entry at 100% in case it might mitigate until 100%.
Okay.
And then set a stop loss, tight stop loss for both of them. For those who are like doing trading full time, you can monitor. You don't have a choice.
Okay.
But when you monitor, on a lower time frame, you're gonna see maybe head and shoulder, and now it confirms your entry, you know?
Yeah.
So monitoring is perfect.
Okay, no, thanks.
Is that all?
Yes, for now, yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
All of you?
Tony. Okay, you see there nearby. Okay, there was a rally, and then I think there was a base, and then there was another rally just before that. Wyckoff schematic, ne? So that base, is it labeled as a what is this a demand zone?
Which one? Yeah.
No. Just before that Wyckoff schematic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it is a demand also because it has a low.
Yeah.
It's a demand, but for me, I really prefer this one more than this one. I prefer
Okay.
because obviously they're smart. Let me tell you how smart the market makers are. See, they left an imbalance here, plus this B.
Yeah.
They're gonna make you commit to buying here first. They're gonna create equal lows here, and then once they've bought, they can pretend as if it's going long, and then it's gonna crash. It's gonna come down to this low, and then you buy properly now without stress.
Oh, okay, all right.
Johnny, a question. How about that other equal low below the demand zone? The first demand zone that you marked.
Sure.
Yes, that one.
There's not an equal low. You see, I'm not paying attention. I've been fighting about paying attention. Check it out. Are you seeing equal lows? That's a
Yes.
head and shoulder. That's a head and shoulder. These lows are not equal because you can see we had this low, we sprinted out, we jumped out, we came back inside, we reversed here. So meaning at this shoulder, we had a left shoulder, right shoulder, and then we still went bullish. That's not equal lows.
Oh, okay.
There's really no equal lows there. Like none, no equal lows. Because I can see equal lows even if I'm on a weekly time frame. I can tell you there is equal lows. You can see by the wicks they can tell you that if you go low on the time frames, you'll have equal lows or equal highs. But here I know if we buy long, the time we buy long, we're gonna have here, we're gonna have here. You see, we have liquidity to target. We are set. We know what we want. But here, we have nothing. There's no way to go below that area. So we're gonna buy here, hold long. I'm sure I'll be there to buy too, because that's like free money I can hold because I don't like trading pairs. Are we clear now?
Yes.
Any questions? Any questions? Or should I now end? Should I end?
I am fine for now.
Okay. I assume everybody's fine, so that when I close, nobody's gonna be complaining on the DMs because I'm not gonna like it because I asked about 5 times now.
Thank you, Shani.
So now I'm out, guys. Peace. I'll see you in the next session, which is gonna be. I recorded this one. I make sure that you guys are good. So I'll see you in the next session, which is tomorrow, because my girlfriend is coming. I'm not gonna be able to host the second session.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Sure. Let me cut this. And then we are